Well, why don't we get started, do some quick introductions. We'll go around the room. I'll start with myself. I'm Scott Harrell. My business is Lifetree Prosperity. I have a couple things I do. I'm a business overhead cost reduction specialist, so I can work with small business to help them in many different ways to save money, typically 30% on their annual overhead, which can make a huge difference in bottom line. And I'm also a certified insurance agent. I do life, health, and Medicare. And I recently launched a brand new Medicare website. And in my links, I have a link tree, which has links to all of my stuff. So I'd love to connect with you if I'm not already connected with you on LinkedIn. I'd like to meet with business owners and their CPAs for the overhead cost reduction service. And with insurance, people turning 65 are my best candidates, or anybody who's looking to get more or better coverage for Medicare. So let's move on to Bob Friedenthal. Bob, tell us quick 1 minute who you are.
Well, thank you. I'm the guy that actually put this thing together like 4.5 years ago. And I love networking. We have I'm a LinkedIn, I manage people's LinkedIn accounts for them, help them grow it and put out good messaging. We even do video interviews, that kind of stuff. And I've started doing that about 2.5, less than two, about 2 years ago, I started doing interviews. And I've done about 200 of those in that period of time. You get so busy, you get distracted, right? Isn't that what happens with you? So, but my contact information's in the chat room, and love to meet with you and talk with you, figure out what we can do to help each other grow businesses. And last comment, I have a software that I created called the MyCity.com referral software. And this is a tool that I created where you can refer people and then it gets publicized. And they say that the most important thing about growing your business is meeting people, right? Isn't that it? And showing them that you are a referral person. They say that 60%, Harvard Business Review, Entrepreneur Magazine, Forbes Magazine say that about 60% of people get their new business by referral. So Bob Friedenthal, and I'm sure my information's in the chat room.
Thank you very much, Bob. And let's now move to Jackie Zaccoli. Good morning, Jackie. Tell us who you are and who you'd like to meet.
Hi, I'm Jackie Zaccoli. That's broccoli with a Z. And my whole concept is to be a catalyst for spontaneous combustion. I like to bring people together because alliances are what actually make you business, and alliances live in LinkedIn. And so because of that, I help you to intentionally find those alliances and to engage with them by holding your hand through the process. And I'm rather be open to wonder rather than closed by belief.
That's a nice tagline. I like that. Thank you, Jackie. Great to see you again.
Thank you.
Good morning, Roy Dickin.
Yes, Roy Dickin here. I get businesses found online by their ideal prospects so they can grow and their owners can better enjoy both their business and personal lives. I developed a method called niche domination that's a step-by-step process that any company can follow to create a consistent stream of ideal prospects who are interested in what that business has to offer. And I can teach people how to do it, work with business owners to develop a customized method, or do it for them.
Fantastic. Thank you, Roy. Great to see you again.
Thank you.
And I have to ask you to unmute Lynette Russell. Good morning, Lynette. Welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Happy to be here. So yeah, my name is Lynette. I am a financial advisor at Edward Jones. I'm sure everyone has heard what's going on in the market. Everything goes up and down. And right now things are pretty low. People have a pretty low opinion right now. But right now, really, we're focusing on savings accounts. Most of the time, if you have money in the bank, you're probably getting less than 2% if you're getting anything at all. So I'm looking for anyone right now that is interested in any CDs. They're pretty high right now. Like I said, I'm a financial advisor. I help individuals and businesses. So yeah, if you know anyone, please send them my way. Thank you.
Thanks, Linda. And where you're located and who referred you to this MyCity group?
I'm in Culver City, and I actually I connected with Bob on LinkedIn.
Awesome.
Bob and Carolyn.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Linda. Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
And good morning, Mr. Frank Garcia.
Good morning to all. Frank Garcia, Insurance KO. I've been in the financial service benefit business for over 25 years. Good referral for me would be somebody that's looking to renew their group medical benefits, someone looking to need key man life insurance to protect their key employees, long-term care insurance for individuals who need that to protect the income that they've saved so they don't deplete it all when they go into retirement. Cases that I'm working on right now, I have probably 6 to 8 life cases that are in place. The key to this is review your life insurance. Who's your beneficiary? How long is it going to be in place? Is the policy convertible? Is it not convertible? Is it term insurance? Is it accident insurance? What is it? Those are some key issues. And also one other thing that's coming up in regards to our beautiful state of California, they're looking at passing a bill that would tell everybody you have to have long-term care insurance. It's in consideration right now. And having said that, if you're getting any kind of payroll, they would tax you on payroll and everybody would be enrolled into a plan. So look at what you're doing and consider some service. I want to read a few things here quickly. Have you lost your fire and drive? That's a question. Focus on what you are and what you can control. Review your plans for future with your advisors. Celebrate the wins so you don't burn out. Use those bad feelings that you have. Don't get mad, get rich. Learn from them. It takes hard work and a lot of time and momentum built up. So don't take your foot off the gas. Make the most of where you are and thrive. Thank you, guys. Have a blessed weekend.
Thanks, Frank.
Frank, I think you're beaming. I think you're beaming this morning. It's like I'm recharging my batteries. Listen to you. It's great, great.
I'm here to help people, and to share and whatever we can do to serve you.
Well, my favorite's don't get mad, get rich. So
There you go.
That's why I'm here. So. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate you. And now I'd like to turn to my friend William Kremner. William, good morning. You're muted.
Good day, everybody. I've been absent for a couple of weeks for reasons with which I need not bore you, but I'm glad to be back and see everybody. So good day. So I'm a profit acceleration coach. Small to medium-sized business owners hire my firm to double their profits in 12 months or less by using proven formulaic strategies in up to 22 areas of a business, all typically without spending more on marketing or advertising. That's not to say they're not spending money on marketing or advertising. They should be, but we do it without spending more. And unlike other consultants, we assuage the prospect's concerns by showing them how we're going to do much of this in advance of hiring us. So a good referral for me, gang, is a business owner who wants to recession-proof their business, grow their business, crush the competition, or indeed who is thinking about selling their business in the short to medium term. Power networkers for me include, but are not limited to, Sorry for that legalese, but I did practice international business law for 22 years and some habits die hard. Power networkers for me are bookkeepers, accountants, business lawyers, CPAs, business brokers, financial planners, commercial insurance brokers, and payroll specialists. Let me leave you with this truth. The very first strategy we implement for clients typically pays for the investments in our services. Thank you all for your time and attention, and good day.
Oh, beautiful. Thanks, William. That was very nice. Phil Wolfstein, let's give the quick intro and then we'll give you the floor after we finish our intros. Good morning, sir.
All right. That sounds great. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, Phil Wolfstein with Zoom Business Brokers. I'm a certified business broker, and what I do is I help business owners find qualified buyers for their business. And that is a process many times. It starts with a valuation, a business valuation, to determine what the business is worth on today's market arm's length to a qualified buyer. And it is usually from the time of the initial discussion and inception of the the desire for the owner to move forward. It's about a 7 to 9 month process to a close of escrow. It can take longer. Very occasionally, it might be a little bit shorter, but that's a reasonable estimate. And it definitely, I think, requires some professional assistance and guidance for the business owner and the seller who typically has never actually sold a business to get through that process successfully. And we'll talk more about that later.
I'm looking forward to that. Thank you so much. And a new to me person, Jessica, is it Koch or Cook, or how do you pronounce it?
Hi, thanks again to Alan for inviting me. I am Jessica Koch, rhymes with scotch, the drink or the tea you pick. So I am the Italian mother of 7. I have been speaking nationally for 25 years, internationally for 4. I have run my own sales and marketing consulting firm. We also do social media training, including the favorite that's been mentioned, LinkedIn, in the room. We also, about 4 years ago, started a virtual assistant membership program. So we have about 100 VAs globally that help our clients all over the world do all the things they don't want to do, like creating landing pages and social media content creation and posting and scheduling and all the things. I also have a podcast, so a podcast host, and the information about the podcast is in the chat with all my contact information. We've been running that for 6 years now. We do live streaming on LinkedIn, plus a number of other places, and create a custom article to go with it for our guest. We feature people who can improve someone's personal life or help someone grow their business. I am so sorry that I have to leave at 11:30, and I'm hoping you guys record this and it's possible to get a copy of Phil's presentation, because I am going to be working a lot with buying and selling businesses with some of my clients, and I think his information will be fascinating. So thanks for having me.
Jessica,
Awesome.
out of?
Sorry, ask again.
Jessica, where are you out of?
I'm in Solomon's Island, Maryland. It's about an hour outside of Washington, D.C. on the beautiful East Coast. The West Coast is nice to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. No, just kidding. Just teasing, because they were having conversations about that earlier.
Yeah, we'll send you a link to the recording for only $9.95. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Well, welcome. It's great to have you here, and hopefully you can come again next week and be here the whole time. You sound like you're a very busy person, and you've got some cool stuff going on.
Typically an hour or an hour and a half, or what?
It's an hour.
Okay.
It's 1 hour. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Edward Cincinnato. Good morning, sir.
Hello, it's Cincinnato. My name doesn't rhyme with anything. I'm the franchise owner of Edward Cincinnato and Associates Dream Vacations. And we're part of the country's largest full-service travel agency, and there are no fees for our services. And all the people here that are going to help you save money, I'm going to help you enjoy it by spending it, because you can't take it with you. I'm doing a lot of different group tours, group tours to Iceland. And if you've never been to Iceland, it should be on your bucket list. I've got a Glories of Greece tour, Italian Intermezzo, and also Country Roads of Ireland. We can plan all of these for you, take care of all the details, and there are no fees for my services. So let's start traveling.
Sounds good to me. Thanks. Great to have you here. And now my friend Debbie Voris. Good morning, Debbie.
Good morning, Scott. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I am Debbie Voris. I'm a certified holistic health coach. I help revitalize people's health by helping them identify the root cause of their health problems and create a custom natural holistic strategy for them. My niche are women, but I also help men who are stressed, have hormone issues, and want to release weight or just become healthier. I have some news I kind of told you guys about last week. I am starting a radio TV show called Debbie Changes Lives on W4WN.com TV and radio. It starts on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, and then of course that would be 6 p.m. Eastern. There's information in the chat already about that. And if you are on the West Coast in Southern California, I have an in-person event with compound pharmacist Ben Fuchs. He's a dynamic speaker who talks about the triangle of health. And he is really entertaining and educates you at the same time. So I have my link in there for tickets. It's $11 a person plus service fees through Eventbrite. And you can always reach me if you have any issues or you know anybody. Pretty much people who are my ideal clients or business partners would be people that are in the alternative space who like alternative solutions. So if someone, is not finding they're getting the help that they need, that's what they reach out to me for. I work with naturopaths and obviously compound pharmacists, as well as chiropractors and acupuncturists and people like that. So reach out to me, because when people use my coaching services, they see and feel the differences with my coaching services from Debbie Changes Lives.
Thank you, Debbie. I noticed that the event that's $11 is on 11/11 at 11 o'clock. So
yes, on November, I forgot to say that,
11
at 11 o'clock. He starts speaking exactly at 11 o'clock because the doors open at 10.
Where's it
Great.
Located?
In Huntington Beach, California.
Got it.
And he's very popular, so buy your tickets soon. There's limited seating.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Good morning. Let's turn now to Daniel Voskuhler. You unmute yourself, Daniel. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. Like I said, Daniel Voskuhler. I pronounce it vascular, but with an O is the easiest way I tell people to do it. I too am a financial advisor with Principal Financial Network. I help, on the retail side, I help you retire younger with more money than you otherwise would have had. I also do disability, life insurance, everything on that from retail side, from, mutual funds all the way up to private equity and hedge funds I have access to, if that's what you're looking for. And then kind of on the unique side, we do a lot of work with businesses. If you have someone on the fence about selling, they don't want to go the route, we do complimentary business valuations, but we don't actually broker anything. So we wouldn't be taking anything from there. We're also the #1 provider of deferred comp plans in the country, so we can set all that type of stuff up. Really anything to recruit, retain, and reward your key employees and keep your business and your family. And then location, I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona, but my licenses are good in all 50 states and Puerto Rico. So,
there any particular vocations that you target?
Personally, I target a lot in the manufacturing and trade sector. We have a presence with the Brotherhood of Electrical Workers across the nation. I also target ranchers and farmers. We have a pretty robust agribusiness department. We can get their breeding livestock, their land, all that under the estate tax threshold and pass it to their children and help make sure that all that inheritance is fair and equitable. In a lot of cases where, you have 4 kids, but only one wants the family farm type thing.
Putting that into the chat room would also be very helpful too.
Yes,
I will put it in there.
you're somebody I'd like to meet with, Daniel. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. And now we're going to move to my great friend from New Jersey, Moshe Math. I had the distinct privilege of meeting with him in person when I was on the East Coast last week outside of Atlantic City, and I got a demo of his amazing product. So take it away, Moshe. Good morning. You're muted. Unmute.
Good, gave me a chance to clear my throat. My name is Moshe Math. I'm a partner with a company called Neurotrain Sciences. Our system looks similar to the massage chairs at the airport, but that's where it ends. Ours uses sound, light, and vibration, taking your mind and body through a voyage into relaxation. We do it through brainwave entrainment. And we actually use the term, was my partner who coined the phrase biofeed in. In biofeedback, if you're driving over the speed limit, you take your foot off the gas pedal and you slow down. In biofeed in, which is what we use, you become the recipient and the change agent based on the sounds that you're experiencing during the particular sound session. And brainwave entrainment, to break it down real quick, is when your computer stops working and it's either too large to throw against the wall or worth too much that it's not, you don't want to go to that expense. So what you do is you turn it off and on again and hope you forgot it had a problem. And that's what we're doing with our most popular sound session is relaxation, but that's part of what it does. So thank you all for your time.
Okay, bye, Jessica. I want to give a brief testimonial to this product that Moshe is talking about because I got a demo myself. I flew cross country on a red eye. I had like 0 sleep, and then I drove 2 hours from Newark to Atlantic City. So I was pretty fried, and I was so rejuvenated after a session in this chair. It was amazing. It was like I had a full night's sleep and I had these cool dreams. If you get a chance to try this product out, you must do it. It's fabulous. And I really appreciate the privilege of having been there to meeting with you.
Well, I appreciate your driving down almost 2 hours to try, but two things. First of all, in the case of Scott, he had first relaxation sound session and felt well, but because he was lacking sleep on his flight due to extenuating circumstances, I then afterwards used for about a half hour or 1 hour period a sound session for sleep, and he felt better afterwards. So as an example, we have about 13 different sound session options.
It's incredible. It's very hard to describe, but it's amazing.
You have to be in person to do it?
Yes. Yep.
By the way, he's not here today, but someone like Maury Zelkowitz, who comes here, has written sound sessions as well that you can get through the computer. But the reason you have to be in person, and I'm not taking anything away from Maury because I have such respect for him, as those who attend regularly know, ours combines sound using the light to work with the optic nerve of the brain and the vibrations and having you in zero gravity, which is the least amount of stress on the spine. So when you have all those modalities combined, it's more effective.
It's really, really good. All right, thanks very much. Great to see you again. Let's move on to Burke Franklin. Good morning, Burke.
Good morning, everybody. Burke Franklin, Business Power Tools up in Santa Barbara, California. I don't know if I can, my tools will wake your business up. Anyway, it's an online collaborative dashboard loaded with a bunch of done for you templates. I'm thinking of, my main product is called Biz Plan Builders for writing business plans, and it's been wildly effective for people, whether you do it yourself, that's really the main idea, but you can do it with people. And so it's an extra tool you can add to your toolbox. In fact, the whole Business Power Tools toolbox you could add if you're a business consultant working with clients, and it gives you some extra things that they need. You could do it for them, you could do it with them, they could do it themselves. And main thing, I'm thinking, that's a question I have for you guys. I've been calling it a business plan forever. We talk about business plans, and I think people don't get all excited about business plans. Of course, right now it's like strategic planning time for the next year, and Biz Plan Builder is perfect for that. But I'm thinking of really referring to it more as a business playbook, because it's like painting your house or painting something. You can't really just start painting. You've got to sand it, repair it, patch it up, prep it, put newspaper on the floor, mask it, and then paint it. But most people just start strategic planning without really thinking about the context of their business. Who are they helping? What's the problem? How does this work? How does this business all work together? And my product enables you to really rethink all of that and realize, put together a plan, if you will, a playbook. So you don't have to be the one always, there. If you want your business to run while you're at the beach, you need your people to know what to do. And this is a playbook that helps you plan and organize and think it through, especially if you're going to get an SBA loan, you need a plan. You need financing, you need a plan. And we also have a collection of other tools to help you really implement policies and procedures, all that stuff you need to add value to your business. So when you do want to sell it, it's got all that stuff in place. So it's not a train wreck. It is something that's a sellable business and something that adds value and helps the sale go faster. So from the startup to sale, I've got a collection of templates that you can do yourself and sell the whole thing with it. So take a look at businesspowertools.com. I'm happy to give you a walkthrough and show you how it works and how really easy it is to use. Businesspowertools.com. Thanks.
By the way, may I recommend that you have him as a speaker sometime, because I've heard him in another group and it's a really a great presentation. I'm saying this as someone who's actually viewed it and could have listened to it for another full session. It's that good.
Oh, the session on the Business Power Tools? Yeah, absolutely. Love to. Thanks.
So
Yeah.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, Scott. I'm really sorry about that, but I'm just telling you it was that
Oh,
good.
no worries. No, we've actually had Bert speak. I guess you just weren't here that day, but and it is great. I've done it one-on-one. It is amazing. And yeah, we're happy to have him do it again. So
Thank
Bert.
you. Appreciate that.
Eileen Dawson, good morning.
I'm calling from Massachusetts.
Hey.
And yeah, the weather's nice. We're starting to get the leaves changing. A little cool today, 57 degrees. But that's okay. I love the fall. So anyway, so I am a Ramsey certified money coach. And I work mostly with individuals and couples in the area of personal finance. One of the big things that I'm working with right now is clients that have student loans, because they all started last week, and people are getting stressed out because now they've got these, after a 3-year reprieve, they're all starting to be due this month. But I also do a lot with credit cards and also with vehicle loans and personal loans. And I also do trainings for small companies and mid-sized companies. This is kind of new for me, but I'm enjoying it. Some presentations are overall finance, personal finance training, and then other ones are really focused on student loans, depending on what people's needs are. But I'd say the average client for me is probably between 30 and 60. They probably have a home, kids, they might have their own student loans. Their kids are going to go to school, so they want to be able to save for that. And a lot of times they have credit card debt, vehicle loan debt, and then sometimes personal loans. So if you know anybody that might be a person of interest, then I would love to be able to set up a free consult with them. Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen. Do you do these business consults virtually, or
I
only
do.
in
Most
person?
of them are. Yeah.
Okay.
If they're in
Great.
Massachusetts or New Hampshire,
Mhm.
I'll do it on site if somebody wants, but a lot of them are virtual. That's a good
That's good to
question.
know.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Alan Holmes, good morning, sir. You're muted.
Sorry about that, and apologize for being late. Thank you so much for having me, and all of us. My name is Alan Holmes. I'm out of Southern California. I specialize in connecting business owners, entrepreneurs, and consumers with unique and innovative resources. So in short, I call myself a human search engine, Rolodex. I love to collaborate, connect, and network, and figure out how to take some of the resources that you have or need. I am aligned with a couple of individuals here. Charlie Guyman, who has an incredible platform to save on taxes. And of course, the incomparable, the legendary Bert Franklin, Power Tools. It is one of the demos that I have said, and I will echo Moshe, that it is a demo that every business owner needs to have a part of. So please allow me to have a one-on-one with you and see how I can introduce you to the resource world of Master Connector as well as affiliate marketers information. Thank you so much for having me. And now back to you, Scott. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Alan. human Rolodex, or I don't know what other names you like to go by, but you are a master connector, and we appreciate all the referrals that you give and how many people you brought to this organization. So thank you, thank you. And now my friend Betty Withrow. Guess where I was a week ago, Betty?
Oh, you were in Flemington, New Jersey, right? With your family?
No, just me, but I also made a stop at my place of birth, your place of birth, Holy Name in Teaneck, New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, awesome.
So,
Yeah, I lived 2 blocks from there when I was a teenager, Scott. Just so
wow.
yeah, there's a vortex there at that little grotto that they have. You know, it's a really beautiful place. Thanks for sharing.
Awesome.
Yeah, and echoing again Burke's brilliant presentation, that when he invited me to this group to see that, that's how I got here. So just saying, if you haven't met with Burke, you should meet with Burke, because he knows what he's doing. I'm Betty Withrow. I'm the Writer's Launchpad. I do all kinds of writing things, ranging from ghostwriting through author coaching, editing, presentation materials like decks and so on, content creation for businesses, which could be anything from website copy through follow-up series, landing page copy, and so on. And I collaborate with Roy Dickan, who is here today, in a group that we call Total Traffic and Conversion, providing solutions for businesses that give them what they really need to meet their marketing objectives and make things happen the way they want them to happen. I'm going to put my information in the chat. I'm looking for people who have information and knowledge that needs to be shared with the world. Maybe they don't have time to write a book, but they're so brilliant that they really should have a book for whatever reason they want to have one, or they have something that needs to be developed, anything of that nature. I love being with brilliant people and learning from them. So thanks for having me, you guys. And one more thing is Bob's service that I'm working with him on has brought me so many good, awesome leads and fresh contacts and new business. So talk to Bob. Thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, Betty, thank you very much for the introduction there to Dr. Shea. I'll be speaking with her today, so appreciate that.
I appreciate that too. Thank you, Phil.
Awesome. All right, great. Thank you so much, Betty. And now let's check in with our friend Corey Northington. Good morning, Corey.
Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great Friday morning in y'all locations. And my name is Corey Northington. I'm based here in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm an independent associate of Legal Shield PPLSI. I help empower business owners with legal and identity theft coverage services. So it's a nationwide service, and also we serve Canada as well. So whether you're trying to incorporate your business or have them review documents and contracts, I'm also certified to open up employee benefits as well. So whatever level you are in business, whether you're getting started or a mature company, my services can help grow what's important to you and everything else. So I left my information in the chat. Glad to be in the MyCity group once again. And I'll turn it back over to Scott and Bob.
All right, great. Thanks, Corey. Always great to see you.
You too.
And next up, Damar Lewis. Good morning, Damar.
Good morning. My name is Damar Lewis. I'm a business coach, and I help businesses in 3 areas: time, team, and money. Help them and increase profits through an assessment whereby we find about $100,000 in revenue in about 45 minutes and help them implement that strategy. Hire and retain good people is one of the things post-pandemic that a lot of business need. And finally, just give them the quality of life which is supported by their business, as opposed to them spending all their time working on the business instead of, working in the business instead of working on the business. My ideal client is any small business that has 20 or less employees, anywhere from $500,000 to $10 million in annual revenue. And strategic partners are business brokers like Phil, bookkeepers, accountants, attorneys, and just anyone that is looking to become more profitable and really be successful in their business.
Does anybody here want to be more profitable?
I didn't think so.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, DeMark. Great to see you again. And someone who's new to me, and please introduce yourself. Andre H. Good morning.
Thanks for me, Andre Hoffman, or?
Yep, you.
Oh,
Take it
so
away.
my name is Andre Hoffman, the doctor of self-worth. I help business owners, business leaders with lack of confidence, self-doubt, feeling exhausted or working hard. I remove those internal struggles from their mind so they achieve confidence and peace within. I kind of reconnect them to their authentic leadership, naturally high self-worth. As a result, they enjoy emotional freedom and multiply their impacts in life and business. I'm based in Europe, and thanks for Alan to invite me. I know I see a few familiar faces like Roy as well here. I'll drop my contacts in the chat, and yeah, just reach out to me, have a chat, how we can collaborate. My clients are normally solopreneurs, small or medium-sized businesses. Most of them are business owners or business leaders themselves. Thank you.
All right. It's great to really expand our base here. Appreciate having you here, sir. Good morning. Thank you so much. Or good afternoon, probably where you are. I'm guessing Germany.
Northern Spain, near Asturias.
Oh. Wow. Nice. All
Looking for a
right.
new place.
Fantastic. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. And we got a late arrival, Patty Lou. Good morning, Patty.
Good morning. Yes, I was looking for the link.
Oh, bless your heart. Okay. Well, you made it. So tell us who you are and who you'd like to meet.
I'm Patty. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. I'm the best kept secret in sports. I increased your children's chances of getting an athletic scholarship for college. I have a master's degree in sports psychology. Another skill set I have is the college athletic scholarship information and walking parents and their children through that process. Great referrals for me are parents of athletes, people in the sports industry. The common theme I see is that parents and athletes do not know my services exist, and the work I do, I can do virtually.
Fantastic. All right, great. Thanks for showing up, Patty. Great to have you here. And before I reintroduce Phil, I just want to acknowledge Marie is the lady behind the curtain who helps keep everything running smoothly. And she will also provide follow-up of all the contact information that's been posted in the chat. So thank you, Marie. You do a fantastic job. And Bob just
before you do, I don't know that Jackie, has she been able to present yet?
Yep. We got
Okay,
everybody
great.
here.
All right, great.
So take it away, Phil. We've got 15 minutes. Let's try to give 10 minutes and then 5 minutes of Q&A. All right.
All right, that sounds great. And what a great diverse group of professionals here this morning. So really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you. Talk about, as Scott mentioned, they had the California Association of Business Brokers had their annual conference up in San Francisco here this past week. And one of the things that came out of that is that, and most people may not be aware of it, but still 80% of the businesses that are sold, listed, not listed, but that are sold, are actually handled by or and through CPAs or by attorneys that may or may not know anything about valuing or selling businesses. In other words, most business owners and sellers are not aware that there's professional services, that there's certified business brokers available to help them address very challenging and important task of selling their business, which is a big deal financially, emotionally, on almost every level. Don't know aren't aware of that. So just getting that message out, and the importance of that is that working through a networking group like this with professionals, being aware of the fact our professional services and help available is maybe a great starting point, but it leads to something that I become sort of very focused on, aware of the more longer I'm in this business, is that I'm part of a team. This is all teamwork. And we all end up serving that business owner or seller's needs and requirements to get through a very challenging process that starts with an exit plan, a strategy, thinking about succession of their business. How are they going to get from here to there? If they, to get them to start thinking about that process, and obviously the earlier that begins, the better. Ideally, 2 or 3 years before actually going to market. And some say that the best time to start planning for the sale of your business is when you start it. To have that business plan. Burke Franklin could address that and actually help to put that kind of a plan together. But the reality is that most of us don't have a plan. You're really good at what you do. You're very, you know your business, you know your clients and customers, and you're good at your business, but you don't think about the day when I sell and how I'm going to sell and how much value you've built up in that business. And that's a mistake for the most part. And when you get down is the worst situation that you see is when you get down to where out of necessity, you're compelled to sell the business because of health issues, because of divorce, because of whatever the life circumstances are. If you end up having to go to market and sell your business without having a plan and an exit strategy in place, you're not very unlikely to realize the value, certainly not the goodwill in your business that you've spent decades building up. So teamwork, for me, maybe if I describe that, the point would be to see how this might fit with your sphere of influence and networks and relationships. But for me, when I'm talking to a business owner or seller that may or may not be ready to sell, they want to, well, what's my business worth? Or, how would I sell? I can very quickly go through and talk to them and find out where they are in the process of selling the business. And if the books and records aren't in order, if they've got employee issues, too much concentration, the common owner operator is key to the business. The business really depends on them. Well, we're not selling the owner, we're selling the business, right? So how do you separate that out? And if you look at the current of where they're at, well, how do you change that? How do you modify and get it to be different so that they can prepare for an exit and sale and realize the real equity and value of the business, some of that goodwill? And for me, that's to a business coach, to a business advisor, to a CPA, possibly a bookkeeper, to help that business owner start preparing for the process of selling their business. And of course, as a business broker, that's something I make money on. That's a referral. And my goal then would be to help that business owner and seller get to the point where I can then list the business and move it through and sell it. So my motive is to help the business owner, to help the seller generate referrals to professionals like we've got a great collection of here today in this group, to engage with clients, with that business owner, and help them prepare to sell. Get your books and records in order, have a business plan. How are you going to increase your sales and market share? How are you going to, like with Russell Luca, how are you going to improve your employee base and have employment policies and all of the things that a buyer looking at the business would appreciate and build confidence in, so that they're willing to pay the asking price, the real price of the business, or maybe even a premium. And so and once you get to that point, that planning and you implement those changes and plans ideally with that business owner and seller, then you want to look at listing and selling the business. All of that process, in my mind, it's with a broker opinion of value. And the referral process for me starts with a broker opinion of value. What is your business worth today to a qualified buyer, arm's length, on today, at today's market? And when you can answer that question, it invariably is going to highlight where the strengths and the weaknesses of the business are, what needs to be addressed, what needs to be corrected or improved, or yeah, you're ready to go to market. Ideally for me, yeah, gee, you've got, you're hitting on all 8 cylinders. We're ready to go to market. And then my job would be to list that business, put together first-class marketing program. We cast a very wide net internally and externally, to a buyer pool, and that's national and even international in nature. And then engage with those buyers, write the offers, whether it's a asset sale or stock sale or an LOI that we would write the offers, engage with the buyers, vet them. Then once it's on contract, go into due diligence, conditions release, which is to get that acknowledgement from both the buyer and seller they're really ready to move forward. Talk with landlords or work for the sale of the property or work with landlords for a new lease assumption or lease and into escrow and a close. So that's the space from the business valuation to a close of escrow. Where a business broker, that's really the domain of the business broker. And a lot of business brokers aren't even aware of that. They'll cross over and think their goal is to act like a business coach or an advisor or to act like a financial advisor. We're not. We work with professionals, business coaches as part of the team to do that part of the job. We work with financial advisors during that process and to close to make sure that when the business is sold, that the owner realizes the net cash results after commissions, after fees, after taxes, that they're able to transition into retirement and have the financial base and what should I say, and plan in place so they can successfully retire and meet their goals in retirement. That may involve a tax accountant or tax specialist. In all cases, we're working with transactional attorneys, and I want to emphasize transactional attorneys because not every attorney is made alike. You don't want to have a lawyer in this process on either side, on the buyer or the seller side, that is a workman's comp attorney, maybe good a divorce attorney, maybe good in litigation for commercial litigation, but not familiar with buying and selling businesses. We call those transactional attorneys, and there's quite a few of them that are quite good. Chances of a successful transaction going through once it's under contract and in escrow or going towards escrow rather, is going to be really greatly enhanced if you have a transactional attorney or attorneys on either side. And that's something that I help to advise or suggest or recommend to the buyers and the sellers. Again, it all comes back to teamwork. And the successful transactions that I see, the deals that go through that end up having, a good result for both the buyer and the seller, invariably reflect on the team of professionals that come together. And the common goal is how to get that business owner and seller through the process to a successful conclusion. And that is something that this group, I think, is a great example of how we work. There's a lot of good relationships, a lot of referrals have come out of this small group, and I really value that. And getting the message out for that certified business brokers are available and part of that process. It starts with a broker opinion of value, just like you go into your if you're not feeling good, you go to your GP and you say you get a full physical and you take your test and you find out where's your baseline, where's my business worth on today's market, and if I think it's worth $1 million, but it's worth 800,000, what can I do and what do I need to do in order to grow my business and improve my business to where 12 months or 18 months from now I can sell it for justify that. And that's something that a business broker can do by bringing together professionals like yourselves to help them prepare and get ready for the date when I'm ready to then go ahead and list and sell and market the business. So I hope I didn't overstep my time there, Scott.
Sorry. Yeah, no, that was perfect. Quick Q&A. I have 2 questions I'd like to ask, and then maybe the rest in the group might have some questions. Number 1, what does it cost for a business to get the business opinion of value performed? And then number 2, I know you don't cover all types of businesses, and sometimes the sales worthiness depends upon the shape of the business, like what's, been done properly versus things are a mess. But in terms of the market right now, what are businesses that are doing well to be resold and have buyers, and what businesses are struggling to find a buyer for? If you could answer those for me, please.
Yeah, great questions. The short version is a broker opinion of value is typically for a business in the space I'm in, something about maybe 5 employees to 50 employees. I would say typically about $2,800 as a base fee, depending if it's a larger business, maybe a couple of divisions or 2 entities, maybe 3,500, and larger, a little bit larger businesses, 5,000. So the answer is between 2,800 and 5,000 would be a typical broker opinion of value fee, typically about 5 to 7 days, and that is a professional broker opinion of value, not an appraisal. And I wanted to say is a broker opinion of value is not a certified appraisal of the business, whether it's for insurance purposes or legal purposes. That's far more analytical, I'd say more of a forensic type approach in order to a business valuation for a specific purpose, and it's much more expensive. But it serves a purpose. So the answer is a question of, if I go to market to get a qualified buyer, what's a reasonable expectation for what my business is worth on today's market? The other question regarding the types of businesses I think that are currently moving and selling, I think it's in general, you're sort of shifting to a buyer's market in some entities, manufacturing companies, well-run businesses that are profitable and growing, certainly that are making 750 in EBITDA, seller's discretionary earnings measurement, 750 to $1 million in cash profits as a general right now are still in good demand. A lot of money in private equity groups and individual investors that want to become owner operators, entrepreneurs, particularly millennials. So I think there's still a need for good businesses that are profitable run. That said, there's an increasing inventory of businesses that are not really prepared to go to market. Business owners that I think do need a lot of help with books and records and in preparation to get ready to go to market. And unfortunately, it's come with where there's an urgency to sell or have to sell. That gets close to being where it's what we call an asset sale. And I think those types of businesses where there's not a plan, haven't been prepared, they're coming to market, and debt, SBA loan, EDIL loans against the business are struggling right now. I think it's that I'd say it's a little bit tougher that way. So that's what we can help with. I mean, I think there's a chance to help.
I would like to, I've worked with Phil. He's been fabulous on a couple of the businesses that's been sold, and he's right on. He is just very professional and very thorough and very good with the clients. So it's just a pleasure to work with him. Good job, Phil.
I really appreciate that, Frank. And the takeaway here, we're at the top of the hour, but I want to say that selling a business is a big deal. It's a big deal for, having been my own business owner myself. And I say that, that helping all of us, helping and operators to get ready to sell and prepare to sell is a deal. And I take it very seriously. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, great info as usual. Thank you so much, Phil. Sorry, but I guess it's the top of the hour, so we are out of time. If you do have questions for Phil, just hook up with him either through LinkedIn or his contact info that was in the chat. And he is an expert, and we appreciate that. And I thank you all for attending again. Glad to be back. Great to see everyone. Some of you first time, some of you returning. Look forward to having you come back next week.
Yeah, man.
Have a great day, everyone.